Let's review how we connect home shoppers and agents. It all starts with a consumer shopping for homes on a Zillow Group site. They find a home that they fall in love with, so they fill out the form to contact an agent. If they pick a specific agent, we send that consumer's information straight into the agent's inbox. In this scenario, the consumer will be hearing back directly from the agent that they selected. More often than not, however, consumers don't pick a specific agent, and that's when we are now doing things differently. When the consumer submits their information, we reach out to them immediately to determine if they're ready for an agent and to find out when they're free to talk. We do this by text, but if we don't hear back, of course we also pick up the phone to call them. This is an example of the typical text exchange that we have with the consumer. We want to find out when they're free to talk and to confirm that they are in the market to buy or sell a home. Consumers respond to our first text 80% of the time, and we ultimately reach 93% of them within 30 days. For the consumers who are unresponsive, not interested, or just not looking to buy, we will consider them as nurture leads. We'll deliver nurture leads directly to your inbox for you to work yourself. The number of the leads that you'll receive will be based on your share of voice. Nurture leads will be clearly marked in your CRM and inbox for you to follow up when you can. We will tag each nurture lead to indicate why they aren't ready for a connection in order to give you more insight into how best to reach out to them. Reasons may include that they said that they were looking to rent, they said they weren't interested, or we just weren't able to get a hold of them at all. If you would prefer that we continue nurturing these types of leads on your behalf, please contact your business consultant. It is your choice. On the other hand, when a consumer is ready to talk to an agent, we also distribute these leads based on your share of voice. So which agents do we call, and in what order? Every time we have a connection, we refresh the call order to figure out who most needs the next connection. We look at how many connections each agent has gotten so far. In this case, Agent A has gotten 0 connections, but he's supposed to get 1.3, so he is due. Agent B and C, by comparison, are pacing to get their full share of connections, so they would be lower on the call order. So here's one big takeaway. It's okay to not answer when we call. You only have to answer about half the time to get your fair share, and answering more often will not necessarily get you any more connections. So this means that there are 3 types of leads you can receive, and share of voice drives each of these 3 completely independently. First are what we call selected leads. Share of voice drives how frequently you show up on the contact form. And of course, the more often you appear there, the more often consumers are likely to pick you. This results in selected leads. Second, there are unselected leads that we turn into connections for you. We will give you your share of voice worth of connections in the zips in which you have chosen to advertise. And then third, there are unselected leads that are not yet ready to be connected to an agent, which we refer to as nurture leads. We will give these to you in proportion to your share of voice as well. Each one of these calculations is made independently. A selected lead doesn't count as a nurture lead, just as a nurture lead doesn't count as a connection. These leads are handled separately to ensure you receive the appropriate number of leads based on your share of voice. In summary, here's a view of all the leads that you receive, highlighting the change for how we will handle different types of unselected leads. Previously, we had held onto and nurtured the unselected leads who weren't yet ready to be connected to an agent. Now we will be sending you those leads, giving you back control of the lead nurture process and offering you additional opportunities to work with potential clients. Next, I'd like to talk more about live connections, which are those unselected leads that are ready to speak with an agent. When we have agent-ready consumers, we will call you directly to connect you live. So what happens when you answer our call? You will hear an automated recording asking if you are able to talk to a home shopper. If you're ready to take the connection, you press 1. If you're not, you can just hang up, and we'll call you with the next connection. If you do press 1, we will text you the consumer's name and links to all of the properties that they inquired about. Then, when you're ready, you are connected live on the phone with that consumer. After you've connected with the consumer, you'll receive a notification on your phone and an email in your inbox. You can click through from here into the Premier Agent app, where you'll now see your new connection along with all of your other leads. And for each connection, you'll see their activity on our sites, including when they've been active and what homes they've viewed and saved. But what about the consumer? For the consumer, we send your name, your contact information, and a link to your profile. Open rates on these messages have been off the charts. These consumers are definitely interested in learning more about the agent that they were connected to. So your profiles are still incredibly important. Your profile will help you attract customers who do want to pick an agent, but also help you close a consumer that we have introduced you through in the live connection process. And when the consumer returns to our site, the list of agents is now gone. In its place, the consumer will see a contact form with only your face on it. Now, when they have a question about a property, it goes straight to you. This connection process, introducing you to real home shoppers by phone, is doing incredible things for conversion. We're finding that consumers that we connect to agents in this way are 3 to 4 times as likely to work with that agent moving forward. We are rolling out these improvements to generate more commissions for your advertising dollars, to increase your ROI, and to make you more money, and it is working. So that's how the new process works. Here are a few tips on how to make sure that you're set up for success with this process. The most important of these, please talk to your business consultant so they can help you get going and maximize your business with Premier Agent.